Jaya Prahlad Maharaj, Jaya Prahlad Maharaj, Jaya Prahlad Maharaj, Jaya Prahlad Maharaj. Nitai Gaura Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Nitai Gaura Hari Bol. Shri Nrsimhadev Bhagwan ki jai, Shri Bhakta Prahlad Maharaj ki jai, Gaur Premanande.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Welcome to all of you, this super Sunday Feast, the wonderful spring and winter to all of you. And on behalf of our temple president, Premda Mataji, I'd like to invite all of you for this wonderful program. Is there anybody here first time? So kids can go, but all adults, please, ladies, please, Mataji, please come forward. Mataji should come forward and all Prabhujis can stay back. So ladies, please come forward and let Prabhuji sit on the back side. All right, is there anybody coming here first time? Can I see if anybody coming here first time is your Sunday feast? If so, please come forward. We have a small gift for you. Anyone? All right, last 3, 2, 1. All right, nobody coming first time? All right, so let's get settled. Let's get settled it out. All right, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Before I introduce our speaker, I want we all to settle down. All right, last 3, 2, 1. No side talk, please. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. All right, thank you. Look at these wonderful people. So today's our speaker doesn't require introduction. You have seen him. He very much is the product of ISKCON Naperville. His journey began here, and over the last 1 decade, what is the service that he has not done? Like every possible service that's required in ISKCON Naperville or ISKCON overall, he has been doing. His name is, in case those of you don't know, Pratibahu Das. Give a big hand to Prabhu. The more I speak about him, the less it will be. So why don't we just listen directly from Prabhu itself about the topic and more on the lecture. But in summary, Pratibahu Prabhu has been involved in various activities, right from very much one of the core member of this temple, right from the foundational work, marketing work, food distribution, but most importantly, he is one of the core member who runs a lot of outreach program and does many classes for the many people, and I'm one of his students. So I can't have a better opportunity to introduce very much my Siksha Guru, Pratibahu Das. Hare Krishna. Shyam Prabhu. Hare Krishna. I'll start with the prayers. Om Ajnana Timirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurun Militam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Shri Chaitanya Manobishtam Stapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamahyam Dadadi Swapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shiyutapadakamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavamscha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunathanvitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadutan Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishakhanvitamscha He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dinabandho Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanu Sute Devi Pranamami Hari Priye Vancha Kalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindhuvya Evacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shri Vasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prestaya Bhutale Srimati Bhakti Vedanta Swamin Iti Namine Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschata Deshe Tarine. Welcome everyone to the Sunday Feast on behalf of our temple president, Her Grace Premananda Mataji and Srila Prabhupada. It's wonderful to see so many devotees on a Sunday evening, and especially I can say for myself that tomorrow morning my day starts, work, a hectic week starts, and today I have yet to finish some of my pending work from last week, and I would also like to take some rest. I'm sure many of you will be able to have similar situations. But still coming here and dedicating this time for our spiritual progress and giving priority for the spiritual progress is really, really appreciable. If we engage in this culture, then we can give it to our children. If we don't, then what can we give to our children? So, very important. So, thank you very much. Today's topic is unalloyed Srivasa Thakura. So, many of you know that we are going to celebrate Gaura Purnima on March 6th. And as part of that, our Sunday Feast coordination team has been arranging topics related to the associates of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Gaura Purnima is the appearance day of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And by discussing or glorifying the associates and devotees of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, we are also glorifying Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So what does unalloyed literally mean? Unalloyed, the dictionary meaning is comparative more unalloyed or superlative most unalloyed of metal, in parenthesis metal, which means not alloyed, not in mixture with other metals, or pure. Complete and unreserved, pure, unadulterated, not restricted, modified, or qualified by reservation.
So this same meaning, unalloyed, is applied to Srivasa Thakura, one of the very close associates of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And he is unalloyed devotee, meaning he is pure, very, very pure. There is no mixture of any kind. So that's the topic. And the presentation that I will be doing will be in 3 parts. The first part will be the introduction, and also we'll talk about the source from which we have the information, from which we have the knowledge, and the author of that. Without that, it will be incomplete. The second part will be about Srivasa Thakura, his life, and the third part will be we will discuss a few pastimes of Srivasa Thakura, a few stories and pastimes, and that will be a little bit interactive, meaning that I will speak a small pastime and then we'll discuss what are the lessons that we get, Vaishnava lessons from that pastimes. So that's the overall how it's divided, and we'll go into the source, which is Chaitanya Charitamrita, and author is Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami. Anyone here heard of Chat GPT? Please raise your hand. Okay, there are many who did not raise their hand. Chat GPT is a new thing, which is an artificial intelligence robot. And it's going to change how we work on the internet, really, literally. It's very similar to the changes that a mobile phone brought, a revolution that the mobile phones, the cell phones brought. I'm speaking specifically about the smartphones. So what does ChatGPT do? It looks at all the information available on the internet, publicly available, collects them, and then presents them in a human relatable way, human readable way. And basically, in one sense, those who are from the academia, they'll say that that is plagiarism, and a glorified way of plagiarism. And what do we do in the bhakti process? We also go and look at the scriptures and writings of our previous teachers and acharyas, and bring them and compile them, assemble them, and present it. In fact, we are said that we should do that and not try to manufacture anything. So in one sense, we are also doing plagiarism, but that's a good way of plagiarism. In the material world, they say that bring out something new, something original, something your own. But here we try not to bring anything original, because we as human beings, all human beings, we are inflected with the 4 kinds of defects. I think we know we have defective senses, we commit mistakes, we have the tendency to cheat, and we are illusioned. But when we take information and knowledge from our previous acharyas, we avoid these 4 defects, and therefore what we present is also perfect. However, we do try to present it in a relatable way, according to the present circumstances, the modern world. So we keep the core same, the principles are same, but the periphery and the details can differ. So the principles are maintained, but the details and peripherals are related to what we have today in the current modern world that we live, and that we can relate to. And that is necessary because we are a Krishna conscious movement. It's a Hare Krishna movement. It's not a Hare Krishna stagnant. So that is required. That is by design. So why am I speaking all this? Because the Chaitanya Charitamrita and the author Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami has compiled this very wonderful literature from which we are picking up the information and the knowledge and presenting. So how did Krishnaraj Kaviraj Goswami know what he wrote? He was basically a brief history. He was asked by the contemporary people in Vrindavan that, can you please write something about Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, because we did not have association with him. So Krishnaraj Kaviraj Goswami was feeling very unqualified, and he was very humble by nature, very elderly also at that time. So he, instead of like immediately taking it up, he went and he prayed. Before praying, actually, I'll speak about the things that he had access to. So he had access to the diaries of Murari Gupta, a very close associate of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and also Swarup Damodar, who was the secretary of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And he was a disciple of Raghunath Das Goswami. And Raghunath Das Goswami used to give lectures at Radhakund every day, 2 to 3 hours, and he would be in those lectures. So he had access to all of that. So he then went and prayed to Radha Madan Mohan, and he put this question, should I write this? And at that same time, the garland fell on him around his neck. So the pujari who was doing the worship, he said that your question has been answered. But he said, no, this may be a coincidence. He didn't take it literally. So I could have come here and without a question, and maybe the garland would have fallen on me anyways. So then at that night in his dream, Radha Madan Mohan came himself and said that you write, and I will tell you what to write, and I will write through you. And then after that, he understood that the Lord, this is Lord's desire, and he's simply wanting to give me credit. And we see that the Lord actually does that for his pure devotees. When someone is very spiritually enlightened and capable, Krishna gives the empowerment and personally does things through him. This has been seen in so many examples, and even in the Bhagavad Gita, we see that Krishna is doing, the war is all through Arjuna and the Pandavas. In fact, in the 11th chapter, he shows Arjuna that, look, I have already killed everyone. He shows the future to Arjuna. So that is Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami. He took up this massive work of compiling Chaitanya Charitamrita, from which we have this information and from which we present anything and everything that we have related to Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, who is non-different from Krishna himself. So we'll briefly discuss about Srivasa Thakura. He's also called Srivasa Pandit. So Srivasa Thakura and Srivasa Pandit. We know that he is the part of the Panchatattva family, meaning Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, along with him, there were 4 very close associates. In the middle there is a small picture on the right. I hope it's visible. In the middle is Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, who is Krishna himself. And on his right is Lord Nityananda, who is Lord Balram. And on the right of Lord Balram is Advaita Acharya. And on the left of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is Gadadhar Pandit, and on the left of Gadadhar Pandit is Srivasa Thakura, or Srivasa Pandit. Anybody here who does not know who Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is? Please raise your hand. Okay, everyone knows, so we can speak in that context then. So, the five of them in Chaitanya Charitamrita Adi Leela 7.5, it is said that all five of them appeared in different forms only to heighten the devotion of interaction of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu with the devotional sentiments or the devotional mood that he had. And of them, Srivasa Thakura represented the unalloyed devotee or the marginal potency. So Krishna has three potencies, three energies. The first one is the internal energy or the spiritual energy. It's also called Antaranga Shakti. The second one is the external energy or the material energy, also called Bahiranga Shakti. And the middle is the marginal energy or Tatastha Shakti. So, and what does it mean? Tatastha Shakti means that they have the capacity and capability to either be on the spiritual side or on the material side, according to their will. It's their will, literally. So that's the marginal potency, and Srivasa Thakura represents that marginal potency or the devotee. So we also, being the marginal potency of the Lord, we have a lot to learn from him, and that's what we'll try to do. He is Narad Muni in the Gaura Lila. Narad Muni, in fact, the Gaura Lila had, or Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's Lila, everyone who participated in the Gaura Lila were reincarnated or represented someone from the Krishna Lila and even from Ramayana. I was amazed. And this information is mentioned in Gaura Ganodesha Deepika. The literal meaning is a lamp to see the associates of Lord Chaitanya. It's written by Kavi Karnapur. And as part of this presentation, I read that and I was amazed to see that literally every personality in Krishna Leela is here in the Gaura Leela, in Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's Leela. Even the Kubja in Mathura, she is also here. Hanuman is here. Lakshmi Devi is there. Sita is here. Father of Sita Devi. Janak Maharaj is also there. So everyone, literally everyone is there. It's amazing to see that they all came and took part in the Gaura Leela. And Srivasa Thakura being Narad Muni, we know the mood or the service of Narad Muni. He is always concerned about delivering conditioned souls, always trying to give bhakti in different forms, different methods. But that's his service, and we can see that same mood in Srivasa Thakura. Next is that Srivasa Thakura was friends with Advaita Acharya. We know that it's very popularly known that Advaita Acharya was elderly to Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. He prayed for the advent, or he prayed for the Lord to come and invited him. He very intensely prayed. And with him, who was there to pray? It was Srivasa Thakura. Srivasa Thakura was also praying with him. Next is that Srivasa Thakura is friends with Jagannath Mishra. Who is Jagannath Mishra? He is father of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And his wife, Malini Devi, was friends with Jagannath Mishra's wife, or Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's mother, Sachi Mata, Sachi Devi. And it was Malini Devi who helped during the birth of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu to deliver the baby. In those days, there were no hospitals outside. The birth of baby used to happen in the house with the help of midwives and friends and family. So Malini Devi was the one who was helping, who helped in the birth of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Another important point is that Srivasa Thakura being an friend of Jagannath Mishra and an uncle of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he played a very key role in the family affairs also. So, for example, when Chaitanya Mahaprabhu as a baby or as a child would be, he was very mischievous and very naughty. And when he would do some mischievous activities, instead of father coming and talking to his son, having a difficult conversation, what he would do is he would go and talk to Srivasa Thakura, saying that, confidentially saying that, our child, look, see what he does, he's not going to school, he's harassing so many people. And Srivasa Thakura said, no problem, I'll take care of it. So the uncle will then talk to the son. So the father-son relationship or the family relationship is maintained, and between the nephew and the uncle, there is already some kind of a formal relationship is there. So it was delivered in a very nice way. And Srivasa Thakura would talk to Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and give that difficult message. So that was the Vaishnava culture at that time. And from these two points, I would also like to bring up one point, that Srivasa Thakura was friends with Jagannath Mishra. He was also friend with Advaita Acharya. So we see that the importance of friendship in the Vaishnava culture. The friendship is necessary for in like even in the material world, but even in the spiritual life, friendship is very important. Friendship can be had at different levels. For example, we can be friends with someone who is senior to us. We can be friends who are equal or our peers, or we can be friends with someone who are junior to us in the devotional practice. There is no senior, junior, but we still label them. But it's very important to be friends with the peers, because even though we can be friends with our seniors or juniors, there's always a some awe and reverence is there in the relationship. We cannot be buddy friends, but among the peers we can be buddy. In the fourth verse in Nectar of Instruction, Srila Rupa Goswami says that Dadadi Pratigrinati Guhyam Akhyati Prichati Bhungte Bhojayate Chaiva Shadvidam Priti Lakshanam. So Priti Lakshanam is the key. Priti means love and joy that we get in a friendship. And Lakshanam means those are the symptoms. So we have to understand that we should have friendship where we have Priti Lakshanam, where we feel joy, where we feel happiness in their association. And there is a statement from the scriptures. It says that saintly souls say that a true friend performs the following acts, and there are 6 of them. Number 1, rescuing the friend from an incorrect path. 2, engaging the friend on a beneficial path. 3, protecting secrets and taking them to the grave. Not taking the friends to the grave, but the secrets to the grave. Expressing good qualities of the friend in front of others, but not over glorification. Not abandoning the friend in times of distress and difficulty. And 6th, giving what is needed by the friend at the correct time. So these 6 principles, it's also common sense, but these 6 principles make a good friendship. Srivasa Thakura had 3 younger brothers, Sri Ram, Sripati, and Sri Nidhi. They were all engaged in the bhakti process with Srivasa Thakura. But among them, Sri Ram Pandit is none other than Parvat Muni. So there's picture on the right, I think most of us know this picture. Here, Narada Muni is coming and visiting his disciple, Mrigari Hunter. He had made Mrigari Hunter a devotee, and he had completely given up hunting, and he had become a saintly person, the Mrigari Hunter. So after he had become a saintly person, initially he had the concern that how shall I get my livelihood, the food and all. And Narad Muni had told him that don't worry, food will come. And it did. When he became a saint, people saw that a hunter has become a saint, so they would bring food to him every day. So much that he would not be able to eat. So Narad Muni comes and visits him, and along with him who comes? That is Parvat Muni. And he is Sri Ram Pandit, the brother of Srivasa Thakura. So I was contemplating and thinking. So here, Narad Muni is coming to take part in the Gaura Lila, and he's saying, "Come, my friend. You also come with me." It's like in a wedding, we go. I have the invitation, but I'll take my friends also with me. I mean, he may have the invitation also, but just. Sorry, I skipped. Another important point is that Srivasa Thakur's home was the headquarter for Chaitanya Mahaprabhu Sankirtan movement. He would chant, and the planning and everything was done from Srivasa Thakur's home. So we see that Srivasa Thakur played a very key role there. So that is about Srivasa Thakur or Srivasa Pandit. I'm sorry. The pastimes are in a different. So now we'll go and discuss the pastimes of Srivasa Pandit, Srivasa Thakur. So this will be this will be an interactive session. I will narrate the pastime, so that way we come to learn about the pastimes also, and we try to see what we get out of these pastimes, what can we apply in our lives. Like we discussed, Srivasa Pandit was a devotee in the marginal potency, same as us, and he is also a grihastha. I think most of us, if not all, are grihastha. So it will be a very valuable to see how can we and what can we get from that. So the first pastime is when Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was young, like not baby toddler, but he had grown up in a school-going age. He was, like we discussed, he was mischievous and naughty. So instead of going to school, he will skip school, and he will be on the bank of Ganges. So the river Ganga used to flow very near their home, and he would go there, and what would he do? He would disturb whoever he saw there. He would see sages and rishis, munis meditating, and he would go and disturb them. Someone is chanting their Gayatri mantra, he would go and disturb them. He would find young girls and women, actually girls, they were praying, and he would go and tell them, "Why are you praying, Lord Shiva? Pray, worship me. I will give you a good husband. Don't you know Lord Shiva worships me?" So that way he will go and disturb all of them instead of going to school and studying. So naturally what happened was that the teachers, the young girls, the sages, they come, and what do? We go and complain to the parents, right? Parents are the recipient of the complaints. So they went and complained to the parents, and obviously the parents, Jagannath Mishra and Sachi Mata, were unhappy and concerned about this. So, like we discussed, that Srivasa Thakura, his uncle, would take the role of explaining or taking the difficult task of talking to the son. So he did that, and he would go. I'm sorry. Along with that mischievous activity, he was also involved in like studying the scriptures at a very young age. He was a scholarly person. He studied Sanskrit and grammar and Nyaya and everything in very, very details. And he would also fight and debate with his friends and scholarly people, and he enjoyed defeating them. So Srivasa Thakura usually avoided one-on-one conversation with him, but because the parents came and they asked to mediate, he went and talked to Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and he told them that, why are you doing this? Specifically about being a scholar, he said that, don't you know, since you are a scholar, you know that in the Bhagavad Gita, 18th chapter, 18.55, Krishna says, Bhaktya mam abhijanati yavan yaschashmi tattvataha. And in 15.15, he says, Vedaischa sarvair ahameva vedyo, Veda krit eva chaham. So, what is to be learned from Vedas, what is the essence of Vedas, is to know Krishna. So he said that, don't you know that? And can you, why don't you practice devotion? Why are you not practicing bhakti? Bhakti yoga is the highest. He told them that. And Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said that because he was a Sanskrit scholar, he understood what Srivasa Thakura is telling him. So he said that, I understand what you are saying, but I don't have devotion right now. But if you pray for me and if you bless me, maybe one day I will have that devotion and fulfill your desire. So that is one pastime. So now I'll open up. What are some of the points that we take from this? What are the lessons that we learn from this? Maybe we'll take two to 4 points. And then I'll share what I got out of this. So please raise your hand if any. Yes. 6 qualities of friend. Rescuing the friend from an incorrect path, engaging the friend on a beneficial path, protecting secrets and taking them to the grave. 4, expressing good qualities of the friend in front of others, but no over-glorification. 5, not abandoning the friend in times of distress. And 6, giving what is needed by the friend at the correct time. So hoping that's related to some message that you got out of it. So any message or lesson you got from it? Friend in need is a friend indeed. Okay. Yes, Samrita Gali Mataji.
The last point in the past time you were mentioning, Prabhu, even if of course, Lord is saying it, as a past time again, saying he doesn't have devotion. But I'm just thinking how I can apply for myself. Even if I don't have any devotion, I can request the devotees' prayers, so one day I may have the devotion.
Okay, so very good point. A lesson learned is that what she said is, in case it was not audible, that if we are not at that level, if we don't have that devotion, we can ask senior devotees to pray for us, and maybe we will have that devotion. So that's a very practical lesson to take from this. Yes. Anyone else? Yes, Gopal Hari Prabhu.
Thank you very much for the very wonderful discussion. I was also moved by the different qualities of the friend that you mentioned, and like you mentioned that Krishna is our dearest friend. Krishna says this also in the Gita, Suhridam Sarvabhutanam, that I am the dearest friend. So why doesn't Krishna come to us in the times of our need? Why does he stay silent and help us if he's our best friend?
Are you asking a question or you are sharing a lesson?
Asking this question, why doesn't the Lord come?
No, it's a lesson sharing time. What? So the question, it was a question, but it's really, I'm sure you can answer yourself. Would you like to answer? Krishna does come to us. He is Suhridam, and he does come to us, but it may not be in a way that we like. And among those 6 qualities, it is mentioned that I'll have to keep going back to that. So, rescuing friends from incorrect path, engaging friend on a beneficial path. So, what's beneficial for us? Sometimes we don't know, and he does engage us in a beneficial path, and he protects the secrets, expressing good qualities. He does it through others. He expresses. He doesn't abandon us during the time of distress, even though we may feel like that, but over a period of time when the distress has gone, when we look back, we see that yes, his hand was there, giving what is needed by the friend at the correct time, and that was what. So all qualities are there. Yes, that is why he's the best.
So, Prabhu, just to add on what Gopal Hari Prabhu said, I say other way around. There is not even one example available where Krishna has not come to help anyone.
Right.
Because there are unlimited example. At every time people have so much of fault, Krishna come to help. But I at least there is no example where Krishna has not come to help and Krishna will not come to help.
Yeah, no matter who, even if someone who is an atheist, who is not a devotee, Krishna still comes to help, no matter what. Samrita Kalimata.
I just have another very practical and encouraging thing from this pastime, Prabhu. Having a well-wishing adult for the child.
Yes.
That's been so wonderful. As most of us are grihasthas and parents, for our kids to have that kind of an adult where they can go to. So our relationship is intact.
Yes.
And they can actually get whatever advice they can get in a very nice, pleasing way.
Yeah. I was hoping somebody bring that up because that's a very good lesson for us. I don't know how practical it would be for us because we deal with difficult situation with our relatives and all, but if in that's a culture that we need to follow and cultivate. So my takeaways, and this is not just mine, it's also from what I listened and got from other literatures, is devotion is the primary factor, like Srivasa Thakura told Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Everything revolves around devotion. Whatever work we do, whatever activities we do, if we make devotion as the center, then everything else becomes easy, or that aligns with the main goal of life. Similarly, on the same devotion thing, the purpose of learning anything, for example, if somebody is learning harmonium or music, and they are learning sare gama, but if that learning process brings miseries or trouble, oh, I have to remember, oh no, I have to do it again, then what's the use? As long as it brings, the learning process brings bliss and happiness, it's really useless. So we see that the Bhagavad Gita 15.15 that we quoted, the purpose of learning the scripture is to glorify Krishna. Appreciate the holy name and appreciate Vrindavan Dham, Srimad Bhagavatam, appreciate the devotees, etc. Otherwise, it's just a painstaking endeavor, like the harmonium learning, if the person is not getting enjoyment from that. And the second point or the third point is that devotees know the way, they show the way, and a devotee knows the way, goes the way, and shows the way. So, devotee knows the way by learning the scriptures, by understanding the scriptures. They show the way by practically showing how to apply the scriptures in our practical life. And, they go the way by leading, they themselves lead the life according to the scriptures, and then they show the way by preaching and by guiding them. So then the question may come that if somebody is in bhakti, they will automatically have the knowledge. So then what is the need for cultivate knowledge? So the need for cultivating knowledge is, yes, bhakti will bring the knowledge and renunciation ultimately, but that purification or that point takes time. It's practical, it takes time. So until that time comes, we have to lead our life. And to lead our life, we need practical and how to lead our life in such a way that we can reach that stage. So cultivation of knowledge is helpful in practically living our lives and practice the life of bhakti. So that was my takeaway. Next pastime would be Srivasa Thakura. So we have just a few minutes. Actually, okay, I'll quickly do this. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu used to do very ecstatic kirtan at Srivasa Thakura's home. And they would do kirtan all night. So I'll fast forward this. And what would happen is that it was loud, roaring kirtan and very ecstatic kirtan. So obviously, there were many people who did not like this or were disturbed. There were three kinds of people who did not like it. The first, the ordinary people, or the people working karmis, they did not like it because they were not involved, it was disturbing them. The brahmanas did not like that kirtan. Why? They would say that you are doing kirtan at night, it will disturb Lord Vishnu. They are trying to compare Lord Vishnu to themselves. Because they are disturbed, they are thinking Lord Vishnu will be disturbed. And at that time there was a Muslim rule, so obviously the Muslims were also not happy. So they complained and they said that we will complain to the Nawab of that time. And actually they said, they threatened Srivasa Thakura. So Srivasa Thakura, in a very, in a mood of crying, he prayed to his Narsingha Shila that please save me, please have mercy, and please take care of this situation. And Chaitanya Mahaprabhu at that time, he was walking on the bank of Ganges. He heard the cry, and he immediately came to Srivasa Thakura's home. He started knocking, and he said, open the door. And Srivasa Thakura he didn't recognize the voice. He thought the king's men have come. But he opened the door and there Srivasa Thakur was there, and he said that, "You are scared, why didn't you tell me?" And he sat on the throne and he showed Srivasa Thakur Lord Narsingha's form, and he said that there is no way anybody can come and disturb you. There's no way anybody can come. So pray, worship me, and I will save you. So like that, there are other pastimes also, where Chaitanya Mahaprabhu showed many different forms according to the bhava of the devotee. He showed four-handed forms, he showed himself as Krishna, he showed himself as Lord Ramachandra. So all of those incarnations and potencies were invested in him. So what do we understand or take away from this pastime? We'll make it quick in 3 to 4 minutes. Yes, Prabhu.
He reciprocates with his devotees.
The Lord reciprocates with his devotees, okay. According to our so I was trying to think of the Bhagavad Gita verse, yam yam vapi smara, not that, but ye yathamam prapadyante, yes.
He is also Supreme Personality of Godhead.
Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. He is Krishna himself, yes, very good. Okay, so I'll end with so the lesson is desperation, or cry like, Prabhupada would also say, cry like a baby, cry like a child. And when you are desperate and when you cry, Krishna reciprocates. And Chaitanya Mahaprabhu can protect like Narsinghadev and give Krishna prema like Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So that's the mercy of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Srivasa Thakur was a grihastha and he desperately prayed for the Lord's protection and he brought his problems to the Lord. So we as grihasthas, we can also take our problems and miseries to the Lord and sincerely pray to Him. He did, and similarly we can also do that to our deities and desperately pray to Him like Srivasa Thakur, and Krishna will come and protect us. Okay, so with that I will end. Quickly summarizing, we discussed the source of this information and knowledge, which is Chaitanya Charitamrita. We talked about Krishna Das Kaviraj Goswami, and then we talked about a few points about Srivasa Thakur and about his life, and then we discussed two of his pastimes. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Who can I take that? How was the lecture? Yeah, give a big hand once again for it. Okay, there is a secret. Prabhuji, he won't tell you anything, but this was the first time he sat on Vyasasana to give the lecture. So for that, give double big hand. Yeah, it's always the first time. It's not that easy to be there. You know? So I know the people who does how smart they are. So Prabhu, thank you so much once again. Very nice. So we will do a very quick announcement. Sumangla Mataji, you want to come? Yeah. No, let's just talk about fundraising. Whatever you want, please come. Yeah. So we have a quick announcement. Fundraising is very, very critical. So we want to give Mataji some time to announce. Oh God.
Thank you so much, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna, everyone. Thank you for being here. We are doing one fundraising event on March 18th. You must have heard from a lot of different sources, but we would like to launch the poster and give some details about it. So this is the fundraising event we are doing on March 18th, and with the hero Nikhil. He's the hero in Kartikeya 2 movie, which was after a long time somebody produced a movie with Krishna. They thought they can make money, and they did. Okay, so he's a nice devotee, like not like a full-time practicing, but he has full conviction, because he made, So he's supporting us coming here on March 18th. So we would like you all to, if whoever is interested, they can come. It's an invitational basis only. So you could register for that. We'll be sharing all the flyer information and the enrollment link and all registration links via WhatsApp today. And Prabhu will be sharing, even on the website and everywhere. But please reach out to your friends and families, whoever is interested, usually if we invite, they don't come for other programs. At least this is, there will be a meet and greet with a photo session and all from 4:30 to 5:30. So that might inspire some people. So please come and help us and enroll also if you are interested. Details will be shared today. Thank you, Prabhu.
Oh, Mataji, you didn't ask people how much they have to pay. Come on. They say you are not asking for yourself.
Yeah, so there are different different tables like a 10K, 5K and 2K tables. You can sponsor a table, whichever level we want to, or you could buy an individual ticket also, which is around $200. You could buy an individual ticket. Share with your friends, there might be a lot of people out there. We think they may not be interested, but it is our duty to just share the information, we are like a postman, give the information, whether what is in the package, whether they take it or not, we don't know. That's between Krishna and them. So please, share the details. So we have 10K tables, 5K, $2,000 tables, but individually, some people, they may not buy the whole table. They may choose to buy, okay, only we are a family of 2, just wanted to buy 2 tickets, something like that. So it includes the photo session with the Hero Nikhil, and also the dinner, the complete dinner and everything. Yeah. Thank you, Prabhu.
Thank you. So this will be our 4th fundraising dinner event that we have done. Every time we start, there are a lot of questions: who, what, where, why. But trust me, in all those events, the people has come, who, why, what becomes wow. So if you want that wow, then I sincerely request you all to please talk to Sumangala Mataji, book a table, make few group of people and come together. Yes, we need money, an entire money. Every bit of money will go to temple construction and cover our expense. So we really looking for everybody's support. It is very, very important, and the amount of hard work it goes in organizing this event. If you want to feel it, join that team, and how much hard work they are doing. So my sincere request to everyone, please, see, made you optional. I don't make optional, I make mandatory. So that day we all are going there. We all should book one table, one chair, and do whatever best we can to make that event successful. We are looking to raise $350,000, and we want to raise $351,000 that day, right? So please, everybody come, and together we can do it. There are a lot of people they want to do, but it's just that we are not going and asking them to do. So here is the time. Absolutely, you got it. You got it. All right. So thank you so much. Please support Sumangala Mataji. Please at least give a big hand to the people. They work so hard, All right, so Premda Mataji, today she's not well. Hopefully she will be back soon. And anyway, she's 24/7 here, whether physically or not. But she has set up a program where every Sunday we appreciate one devotee who goes out of the way to do services. And there's so many of them. Countless of them put so much of hard work. But today we have an opportunity I will put the names last. It's a wonderful, wonderful devotee, and she's practicing Krishna consciousness in the guidance of, again, Sumangala Mataji. Sumangala Mataji's name is coming quite often today. For last 8 years, she has been serving. She plays lead roles in many activities. And I personally have fortunate to work with her on fundraising, and I know how dedicatedly she works hard. Very calm personality. Always looking to inspire others with her service. And her name is Meera Mataji. Meera, please come forward, Mataji. Can I have a small gift? You want to say something? No. I put you on a spot.
It's okay.
Okay. So as you can see, she's so humble. She just serves. The only thing I have seen is just running around and doing all the services. Is there anybody who wants to talk a little bit about her? And this is the time to glorify her. Why not? We should do. Devotees have put so much of hard work. So Mulamata, you can do that.
Thank you, Prabhu. Just to give an example for her dedication, commitment, again, she will be embarrassed if I'm sharing this. During Janmashtami, she was leading the dosa tent. And 2 days before, her son, he had a small accident. She took a break from that service for little hours, and I said she won't be able to handle, we might need to look up for a backup. That was just discussion between me and Meera Mataji. But she said, no, I'll do it. And she managed it, balancing both. I know it is difficult, managing the family and services at the same time, but she didn't give up her service. At the same time, she was covering, they both managed it. I should thank Sarvanand Prabhu also. They managed it. So that's kind of dedication that she has. Thank you, Prabhu.
Still you. All right, I'm just pulling your leg. Now, thank you so much, Mataji, for everything that you do. Thank you so much. This Sunday program is possible only because there are so many people who come forward to help. There are the people who do financial help. There are people put a lot of services. So first of all, I want to announce the names of the people who came forward to sponsor Sunday program. So every Sunday, this entire Sunday program, right from morning puja to noon, the prasadam and all day program is we seek people to sponsor. This is a wonderful service, and you have an opportunity to come, do aarti, do prasadam, everything directly with pujari. So this week, we have a very fortunate family. Sangeeta Kapoor Mataji, Umesh Kapoor Prabhu, and the entire family. Sonic was here, Sonic, and they all are sponsoring today's Sunday Feast program. Please give a big hand for them. Sangeeta Mataji. Sangeeta, Sonic or Umesh Prabhu? Okay. I don't want to say it's their wedding anniversary too, but so it's not yet? Okay, so it's coming, no problem. So, Prabhu, Umesh Prabhu, as much as we tell about him, what he does is not enough. So, Prabhu, thank you so much. Thank you so much. So, just by a small $500 donation, you have an opportunity to sponsor this entire Sunday Feast program. And again, we need this to run this temple. We need to support operations. So that's why we are trying to be creative to help you and help temple. And this Sunday Feast, so we also have every Sunday, this Sunday Feast program is also being sponsored. So today, this Sunday Feast is being sponsored by two families. First of all, Padmavati Mataji, I saw her, where is she? Okay. So Padmavati Mataji and Prahlad Prabhu with Arjun and Balaram, they are seeking Vaishnava's blessing. So they were here, maybe they left outside. So, and also we have Devayar Prabhu, who is seeking blessings for his son Adit. And in fact, very systematically, the Prabhu is sponsoring this feast. So on behalf of all these people, let's all together chant Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. All right, so same way this Sunday Feast program is possible because there's so many devotees who does so much of service. And we can't be thank enough to His Grace Pandu Ranga Prabhu, who lead this program every Sunday. So cooking team was against Sangeeta Mataji, Deepu Mataji, Meenakshi Mataji, Tejas Prabhu, Amit Prabhu, Umesh Prabhu, and Dhananjay Pandit Prabhu, and cleaning team, which is very important. I think we also do a little bit of service wherever we are. So, but today's cleaning team is Krishna Murari Prabhu, Bhuvan Prabhu, Krishna Podilla Prabhu, Ramdas Prabhu, Tejas Prabhu, Serving team is Sarvanan Prabhu and Neha Jani Mataji. In fact, whether you want to do a little bit of service, little bit of cleaning, little bit of food serving, you have all opportunity to do everything. My one request, do something, because big temple is coming and we want everybody to keep doing, right? So that the temple will automatically is taken care. Two other important announcement. 6th, if I heard Pratibahu Prabhu Mataji correct me, 6th is the Kathamrita Mataji, God Purnima on 6th. 6th God Purnima, very, very important festival. We have a goal to distribute Chaitanya Charitamrita to that day. There is a book team is working on some number, but we all together will make that number. But 6th, I think, is Monday evening we do the program. So please mark your calendar. Come on 6th and come on every other week. So with that, let's start blessings. Take the blessings of from Prabhu and go for wonderful prasadam. With that, Hare Krishna. Thank you so much.